Nice.
Yep, up and running.
All right. Welcome back to TOF, or Today on Friday. This will be our first podcast of 2024, which is also the very first podcast that will be uploaded to our SCCM Spotify.
Yeah.
New.
Yes, we have a Spotify now, guys.
New Spotify. I myself is Nicholas. I am new. It's the first time you see me. You've seen him before in the last TOF, the final TOF of the end of 2023.
Yes, indeed.
And our guest today is Mr. Julian.
The one and the only.
One and only.
Yes. Okay, so despite some many people heard of Mr. Julian, but I believe that some people still don't know who Mr. Julian is. That includes both of us actually, because we have not seen him despite his Sem 2. So no worries. Huh? And this interview is not just for the viewers, it's also for us. So yeah, would you mind introduce yourself a bit?
Hello everyone, my name is Julian. I am so-called head of school for computing and creative media. That's the school that you guys are in, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And do you guys know that we are university already?
Yeah.
We are officially
Officially.
University of Malacca.
Does everyone there know that we are university already?
You guys should know, right?
Okay, so sorry, I have to plug a bit again. So we have become university. So it's now changed. If you see their shirts right now, it says UOW Malaysia KDU. So it's no longer UOW Malaysia KDU anymore. Okay, all of you here and all of you listening, if you are students of UOW, you are now students of University of Wollongong, Malaysia. Okay, so no longer university, college, no longer KDU and so on. So University of Wollongong, Malaysia. University of Wollongong, Malaysia. That's why, yeah. So congratulations to everyone. It's been a long journey. It's been 10 years. Okay, it's been 10 years. More than that for KDU. But it's been a long journey. But for me, it's been 10 years. 10 years in the running. Doing this and waiting for the university to come in. So congratulations to everyone, to all students, to the lecturers, even to the ones who've left us for greener pastures outside, right? So thank you to everyone who actually played a role in making the university what it is today. And hopefully we can just move on forward, right? And I thank all of them for getting us to where we are today, right? So, what does a HOS do? What does a HOS do? What does a head of school do? In your opinion?
Our opinion. I mean, the first thought you come out is just someone who manage the academics, like what courses, including the school and the lessons, the lecturers and stuff. I mean, that's what people will first thought of, right? I don't know what others would think, because for me, that's what I would think. But details.
So that is a perception that everyone has, that I do everything academic and whatsoever. So I used to have a role in the university. There was academic department that is doing everything academic. So what does HOS role mean, or for me, what do I do? So in 2023, when I began this new role, 2023, it's okay. So it's less academic. Okay, so I don't know whether everyone knows that I I have two academic department heads helping me. So there is Miss Chu and Mr. Kiat. Okay, so they are helping me with academic stuff. But me, I'm more operational now. Okay, so operational basically means a lot more pressure, a lot more responsibility. Two words that aren't really associated with students, but but maybe the pressure part, but yeah, responsibility. So yeah, there's something that we're gonna talk about. Yeah. So it's not only so operational basically means the running of the school, ensuring that all of you, the guys sitting here, the ones sitting at the back, and so on, get a sort of a campus experience, student learning experience, or university experience when they enroll as or when they become an SCCM student,
Okay.
right? It's about basically balancing everything from money. That's why TJ, and before this info, he will always come to me and say, "Hey, Mr. Julian, how much do we have? How much do we have this?" By the way, TJ only wants to spend. The previous president of DICE, Ningfu, only wants to keep. So he has kept all the money. TJ wants to spend all the money. Right? So yeah. So it's about the balance, the balancing act as a head of school. So I need to balance like basically how many students come in, how many lecturers I can hire, what can we do for the year, what kind of activities can we do, what kind of collaborations can we do with brands, with studios, and so on, that kind of thing. Right? Yeah. So yeah, that's what a head of school does. Does nothing.
I mean, it's not like you're doing something, but the thing is what most students would not be able to see because
Yeah.
you're doing it in background.
Yes. So that's why I'm usually like running around, not here, not there. I used to always go for orientations, but right now I'm finding it tough to even like spend 10 minutes in orientation, kind of thing. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, that explains why we don't see you much.
Yeah.
For new students, especially.
You will see me more soon. Okay. Trust me. Trust me.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're not like teaching any courses right now,
Or are you?
or are you?
So you assume correctly. So basically, I used to teach. So my last subject was in January 2023.
Oh.
So I mainly so when I first started, I used to have a lot of dealings with the foundation kids. So I teach them media studies, I teach them media appreciation, I teach them media production and so on. Right?
Okay.
So I was doing that and I was enjoying that for a very long time. Why? Because I get to meet the foundation students, and it's a good thing. Why? Because then after that the relationship grows from foundation right up to a degree until they graduate.
Okay.
So then after that, what happened was there was a new degree. So I started teaching things that I know best, which is about film and cinematography and stuff like that. So in January 2023, I was still doing that. I was still supervising final year students and for the film course and so on. But then what happened is my boss, which is the boss of all of you as well, right? Which is the deputy vice chancellor of UW academic. She sat me down one day and she said, Julian, don't want you to take on too many subjects anymore. I say, why? Because every time when we have meetings and we say, where's Julian? Oh, Julian is having a class. So there goes my only excuse to skip meetings. Right? So seriously, right? So that is one of the advice for everyone that is listening out there. If you want to escape meetings, I mean, we all know that meetings are a bore, and things don't get done, and so on, right? Just make sure you have something that is clashing with the meeting that you go into.
Something that's important that can clash with it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we can talk about meetings on and on and on, but Malaysians have a knack for having meetings whereby there is no resolution or there is no outcome, and that's the worst kind of meeting ever, because you go in there and it just goes round and round and round. I'm sure most of you students will know, right? You sit down and the meeting just goes round and round and round, and everyone throws ideas, but there's no outcome. So that's the worst kind of meeting to go ever, because you feel as though you wasted maybe about 1 hour, 2 hours of your life. Like going to watch Madam Web. I'm sorry.
I guess spoilers.
I haven't watched Madam Web yet, so I'm a bit biased. Everyone says that it's bad. Okay, so just
You follow the majority, I guess. Well, there goes the teaching. I was expecting maybe I can. Hoping I was looking forward if you're teaching, but I guess the dream and hopes are crushed.
So no, it's not crushed.
Completely.
It's not crushed completely. I have asked the program leaders to basically put me back into final year, but final year not for games, but it's mainly for the film course. So I will have the reason to see things back again. But anyway, so that's in May lah. That's in May. That's in May.
Okay.
Well, that's good news for the film students, I guess.
Yes, good news for the film students.
Okay, so I mean, you said that you have been busy, right? So you also like doing projects also? Doing like a shooting.
Yeah. So, what happened in 2023 was somewhere in April. I basically applied. Not I. When I say I, means me and a company of producers and so on. We applied for a film grant from FINAS. So FINAS is the National Film Development Corporation, right? They are not the people with the scissors. They are not the censorship board. Censorship board is LPF, Lembaga Penapisan Film. They are not. These are the people who develop or give money to filmmakers. So I got
the investors.
they are government. So they choose what stories what stories they want to show. What stories they want to fund. And so happened in June, July, we got the news that we've gotten funding, not a lot. Okay, is to film a full feature. right? So during the time, huge elation, and then after that, when we did the budget, then we realized that we're going to run out of money and so on. And very typical of Malaysian filmmakers, right? So I spent the whole of December 2023 and the whole of January 2024, December preparing and January filming the full feature. So full feature basically means anything that is about an hour and a half above, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Anything that's more than an hour, so basically, anything that's less than an hour is short film. So that's what I've been doing. I've been getting UW students involved. Been getting Sunway University students involved together as well. So that's again also another one of my personal missions is to sort of break down the lines between different universities. All universities, yes, are very territorial. You know, Sunway is Sunway, Taylor's is Taylor's. But I wanted to make a project and then after that get students from Sunway. So I got two from Sunway, and I got a bunch, maybe about 4 from UW to basically work together. Not on the film, but on behind the scenes. So they were on set and doing stuff and so on. So that's what I've been doing. My brain says, hooray. My body says, you are too old for this shit, right? Because I'm 52 this year, and there's only so much overnights I can do. Yeah. So for film, overnights basically means so the trick to film, looking at a call sheet, is basically when you see filming starts later in the morning or later in the afternoon, it's going to be an overnighter. So that means we're going to finish at about 5 or 6 in the morning. Right? So yeah. Okay. So my brain was going, yes, Julian, you finally did it, you got it, you're going to film a full feature and so on. But when during the 21 days of shooting, my body was like, this is the worst ever decision that you have made. And so on, right? So because my brain thinks that my body is still 20, 25, below 30, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And that's what the project is, what I'm working on, that project now. My future projects will involve depending on how receptive the full feature is, there will be a spin-off. That's one. The second one will be doing something with the Cambodian government to basically do a TV series for based on the Khmer Rouge, that communist Khmer Rouge thing, funded by the Cambodian government. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. I mean, the reason why I do this at the end of the day is pretty much like what your lecturers do in games, is whereby my teaching philosophy has always been that when I was your age and when I was studying, I always wanted students, me as a student, to experience this, to experience going to a studio, right? That's why TJ is always asking me, can we have more studio visits? Can we have some more studio visits? Right? And also as a student last time, I rarely had a chance to to basically go to a set or experience anything. So the only time I could do it was when I finally finish and go out to work. But that is not the process, that is not the learning experience that I want all of you to have. I want you to have as a game student, I want you to have the ability or the chance to say to your new employer or anyone who wants to hire you that, hey, before I graduated, I've made 2 games and it's on Play Store and it's on Steam. Right? For film students, I want them to say, before I graduated, I have my credits in a full feature film. So that is the thing that should set you guys apart from everything else, correct? So that is what is important when people say, oh, you're a UW student, oh, you are a student of from UW. So that means you have done your commercialized project, you have done this, you have done that. Yes, the answer is yes. So that's the culture that I want to build in SCCM for all of you, and whoever that is listening, students as well, and as well as lecturers.
Just like fun question, right? Do we know any films that you've maybe made in the past?
Probably not. So there are different type of filmmakers. All right. There are some filmmakers who blossom late. There's some filmmakers who blossom early, then crash late. So we haven't crashed. But anyway, my interest in film started when this current friend of mine who was directing this full feature, he worked for a company that is like an angel investor, right? So they invest in films not only in Malaysia but in Hollywood as well. Okay. So I basically got a chance to read a lot of the scripts that came in onto my table before they started to fund or before they started to shoot. Right? Okay. Some of these films are on Netflix, like Trial of Chicago 7, and a few others. Mad Max Fury Road, stuff like that. So before it came out, the script landed on our table. So our job, this is called coverage. So our job was to evaluate the script on behalf of the company, to see if yes, it's worthwhile funding, no, it's not worthwhile funding, and what are the mistakes and what are the solutions to overcome those mistakes, right? So when I was still academic department head, I had a lot more time, so I do this as my consultancy with some friends of mine, and we did it. Okay. And then so happened on that time, that's when I wrote the script that was being filmed for the full feature. The film is called Time to Live. Okay. Okay. I will tell you a little bit more about that later. Later.
Okay. So like, are there any like plans for SCCM right now? Ooh, future plans.
Future plans.
Yeah. Visual questions.
Future plans, huh? Okay. My I believe when I first when I talked to you guys just now, I really let on a little bit about what I want the school to be. So the vision for me is I've never wanted a very traditional SCCM school, right? The mere fact that it's called computing, which is traditional, and creative media, which is not, right? And it's together makes it a very unique partnership, right? Of two things.
Traditional and non-traditional.
Yeah. So I never wanted SCCM to be perceived as a school with old professors with with white hair and so on, right? I've always wanted students to have a good learning experience at SCCM.
Okay.
Right? Where it needs to be practice based and so on. So my long term vision is, like I told you guys, I want you guys to make things, I want you guys to commercialize your games before you even graduate. You know, I mean the dream is to have one of you make another Flappy Bird and make freaking millions out of it. Right? That is my dream. So that I can finally say, hey, do you know that SCM had a student that was a millionaire before he graduated? That's my dream.
It's an achievement.
Right? It's an achievement for you got whoever that has that million. But it's sort of bragging rights for me, you know, that kind of thing.
Flex.
Yeah, it's a huge flex, man. But imagine, right? But you guys imagine if you had the capability and you made $1 million or more than $1 million when you're a student. That is the learning experience that I can only dream of for all of you, for all of you, right? So I never want, okay, so this is not dissing other universities, okay? But I want to make SCCM, I want to make this school very, very different from the rest. You know, the rest are very, you come to class, you go to labs, you learn, you make things, you laugh, you cry, you be with your friends and what have you not, you know. But I want you guys to have a little bit more of an edge over the rest. I want you guys to have a little bit more an edge over any other university graduate, that when you go out and you say, what about UW? Yeah, UW, you know, and this and that. But, and you can also at the same time flex, by the way, do you know that I made $1 million? You know, so that is, I mean, that is like, just make sure that you want make $1 million, give me some, okay? So I don't. But yeah, so right, so sorry, I deviated. So my plans for 2024 is basically more industry collaborations, more real life projects, a better student learning experience for everyone, more socializing, more learning, more experiencing capabilities, more students traveling outside Malaysia, you know, into yeah, you see?
Yes.
Yeah, traveling out, you know, provided that your parents say okay, kind of thing, coming out there to basically experience the world, more competitions, more winning competitions, and basically more sharing amongst universities and programs.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
really good. Okay. Now that's to our SCCM for whole, right? So okay, as someone from DICE, we know that we have upcoming events for the year, like for SCCM in general. I believe you know a few of them. What are your expectations about those events?
Okay. DJ is looking away, but so I like DICE. I like to say that I work very closely with DICE. I mean, I work quite closely with Infu and Alex and so on. Another Alex, not this Alex. And they were all right. They emphasize a lot on campus lifestyle, club lifestyle and so on. DJ just wants to spend money. So, but it's cool. It's all right. Okay, I am very, very all right with spending money. Or Michael needs my mic to be closer. Okay, cool. I will bring my mic closer. For DICE, my wish is to basically for DICE to help me with a lot of the industry collaborations. So one of it is something that's going to happen soon, TJ, which is going to be a competition kind of thing with Sony. Okay, so Sony and UOW is we are best buds. I nearly dropped the mic, man. I nearly dropped the mic. Damn. By safety. Right. So anyway, yeah, Sony and UOW, we basically have a partnership. So we will be doing something together in terms of competitions and so on. I expect DICE to help me with improving the student lifestyle. How do I say this without offending everyone? Okay lah, I'll say it this way lah. Okay, why I want DICE to help me improve student lifestyle is because I'm already 52 this year. You shouldn't ask a 52-year-old to plan activities for Gen Z or your generation, because I mean I can plan lah, but some of the events going to be a bit uncle, right? So I prefer that you guys
DICE to put a modern touch to it.
Yeah, man. So anyway, besides that, I'm also working with the people from Blank Slate Media. So Blank Slate Media is the people who manage the minting, and also if you follow on TikTok, they go around, it's Sip and Spill. They go around universities brewing coffee, and then after that, where my students spill the tea or coffee, regarding like lecturers, relationships, red flags and stuff like that. So I'm going to bring Mingyu and Graham here. So they'll be doing a session for Sip and Spill. All right. So hopefully you guys don't talk shit about me, but it's cool. Right? But that's what the Sip and Spill is for. TJ is like, You bet your ass I'm going to spill the tea. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you guys are so much younger than me, so much more energy than me. So that's why I need you guys to help me. So, TJ, I'm announcing something to you live on YouTube, live on the pod.
How many people watching?
I think the last count I saw maybe what 16, was it? No. Oh,
33.
damn, 33. Diary.
33.
I hope I haven't said something that I shouldn't have said. But anyway, so TJ, on the 7th of March, there will be a couple of students. When I say couple, means about 28 students coming from Republic Polytechnic Singapore. They are game students. They want to hang out with game students in Malaysia. They want to hang out with game students in UW. So I will talk to you about that event.
Okay.
So this is how I put TJ in the spot. Oh.
Man, that's a lot of expectation. Of course. On behalf of guys, we take note of that. Okay, noted down. No
Yeah.
worries. All right, now let's talk a lot about schools, right? So now let's go a bit towards the industry side. Okay, about the creative media industry, since you are more into that side.
Okay. Can.
What are your thoughts about like the current position of creative media industry?
Okay. So let me ask you back this question, right, guys? What do you think creative media is?
So it's filming, like
Most likely filming, videos.
videos, movies, even production. I'm not sure about music, but maybe.
Damn sad, yeah.
Sorry.
So creative media encompasses everything. It basically also encompasses entertainment, and so on. So entertainment, of course, is has to deal with games and music and so on. Can the host move the mic closer? Oh, Alex, what's up, Alex? You're not here anymore. Where you? Okay, anyway. So creative media encompasses is a incredibly huge landscape, right? It encompasses everything, entertainment, everything. Basically, if you can think about it, and it's an ideal story and whatsoever, it's something novel to you, it's already creative. Wrap up. So fast.
No, we still have time. We still have time.
So
Miss Mandy say hi.
so yeah, because she did this. Oh no, she did this. Yeah, okay. So the thing with creative is it's incredibly saturated. Saturated basically means there's so many things inside there. You have your content creators, you have your filmmakers, you have your game designers, game producers, game developers, right? You have your music artists, you have your everything is encompassed inside. And you have the incredibly big players, right? You have what? Hello, governor. Gov. Okay, so anyway.
No wrap up. Okay. No worries.
See, they're ruining my train of thought. So you got the big players, right? The people with the money. Then you got the small players, the ones who want to make the big money. And then way back down, you got the people who are struggling. Okay, the indies and so on. The industry now is not what it used to be maybe about 10, 20 years ago. Today, everyone is talking AI this, AI that, and what have you not. Okay? And for me, I have my thoughts about AI, which I know you're going to ask me afterwards. Okay? So I will reserve my AI thoughts. Okay, but I still have to talk about it a little bit. For me, I'm going to tell everyone that is listening and everyone here as well, don't be afraid of AI. Right? Don't be AI. Okay, so when I say AI, right, the first thing that you guys are going to think of, and the first thing that the guys are that are listening and watching, they're going to think of is, yes, Mr. Julian, yes sir, I use AI to do my assignments. But it's cool. It's cool, right? I tell you this. Every generation will have something that we are scared of. Right? So as academicians, I talk from an academician point of view, okay, from a lecturer point of view. Lecturers in the olden day lecturers, they're super scared. Why? Because the maths lecturers, they used to do calculations by writing. Then the calculator came out. Then they say, oh, gone. This is going to ruin the entire maths, everything. But at the end of the day, right? Yeah, but at the end of the day, we still use it now. 30, 40 years ago, no, 20 years ago, sorry. 20 years ago, when the Google search engine first came out, all the lecturers said, die already. No need to go library already. The students are going to copy and so on. But now, every lecturer is using the Google search bar and the search engine. So it's the same thing that is going to happen with your Chat GPT, your Mid Journeys and whatsoever. Okay, look at the amount of AI art generators that are out there right now. Okay, you just type in AI art generator and it's crazy. But the point of the matter is, right, AI is supposed to make your work effective. It's not supposed to make your work it's supposed to it's not supposed to it's supposed to help lah. You're not supposed to use that work as your own. Okay? It's supposed to help you effectively so that you don't have to spend time on it. Right? So Michael says, I'm working and the company is teaching staff to use AI to speed up work, which is precisely it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're still using old methods where AI at the end of the day can shorten whatever it is that you're doing, then go ahead and use AI. I as a lecturer, I as a 20 years academician, I'm going to tell you, right? Don't be scared of AI, just use it. Right? Lecturers obviously they are scared of it. Why? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna say, oh, the students are going to copy from it and this and that. But at the end of the day, if you know how to control, or rather you know how to assess your assignments with AI, you'll be fine. AI is not going to go away. Okay, guys, AI is not going to go away. I'm going to tell you this. Okay, it is not going to go away. So you either embrace it, or you be an older person, older than me, which I don't think you want to lah. Yeah.
Eventually, I just too Just use it lah. You use it well,
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
I mean, like AI is like any other tool. You know, a calculator was also made as a tool.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, the thing is, guys, I love AI. I really do. It helps me a lot. Like, how does it help me nowadays is when I receive an email that I don't want to reply, I'll just go into ChatGPT. I'll put in the parameters and I'll ask ChatGPT to basically reply on my behalf. Right? And if I don't like the reply, I'll just say, can you make it a little bit gentler, a little bit more socially acceptable, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's basically about parameters, understanding how you set your parameters when using AI. Like, is Midjourney going to replace all artists? Probably not, because at the end of the day, you have your own style, right? As an artist, you have your own style, and basically any AI, basically they just crawl into the database and they just mismatch, right? So here's the thing. Now I'm going to turn the tables a bit. I'm going to be interviewer, right? Are you afraid of AI?
No.
Are you afraid that one day AI is going to take over the world?
My opinion, I think AI is something we should embrace because it was designed to be a tool. And in the end, AI is programmed by humans.
Yeah.
So why should we be scared of it when we technically control it? It's created by us. We tell him what to do. It's just like he has the database of everything we taught it to, and
Okay.
it can like access the database
Okay.
and just do.
Right. So here's a question for you, okay? I mean, I think I watched too much sci-fi when I was younger. Terminator, you know, the 13th floor and so on. It's when the AI becomes sentient, right? It has its own thinking. That's when
People start scared.
yeah. So that's why I think a lot of the times people are scared because thanks to movies, right? Cyberdying and stuff like that, right? I mean, okay, it's okay. If I'm going out in this world, I like to go out to someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hasta la vista, baby, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah. But here is one thing I also need to ask. What is the one thing that AI cannot replicate? I mean, it can replicate a lot of things. It can crawl databases, right? To get the certain thing that you want. But what is the thing that it cannot do? Emotions?
Emotions, consciousness.
Yeah. Right? So these are all human stuff. Creativity, innovation, and basically ideas is also something that the AI can't do. What the AI can do is it can crawl to look for ideas, but the ideas have already all been done. They're all existing ideas. Correct. So only humans can create new ideas. You cannot date AI. Technically, with Vision Pro, maybe you can. You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You can afford one.
If you can afford one, yes. Yeah. But yeah.
I must say, I kind of foresaw that question to be coming.
Yeah, same.
I can only watch on YouTube of all the people who have Vision Pro.
Yeah, it's really useful. It's like useful and like it's a bit stupid if you
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at it
yeah,
from the
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
But like if you think about the capabilities of it,
Yep.
it's actually really useful.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like it's a step closer for it for instead of it being virtual reality, it becomes augmented reality.
Yeah.
It's something similar to a hologram, basically. But
Yeah.
just that hologram someone else can see, or this is
Yeah.
something you can't see. But
Yeah.
it's just added the privacy inside it.
Yeah. But it's a scary thing, you know.
Yeah, true.
That Vision Pro at the hands of, I think you know where I'm going, okay? But anyway,
Yeah.
it's yeah lah. It's a bit scary lah.
Mm-hmm.
That is, we can talk about that another time. Not live, not on a pod, and not on an official pod.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Uh,
a question we will ask technically on behalf of TJ,
yeah.
our president.
Our rest.
So okay,
you know?
you answer this just now, where we can have more studio visits.
Yeah, but can
Now
we
here
have
is
more
one.
studio visits?
Yeah, no, it's more of a question. Well, when can we have?
So the question is, when can you have more studio visits?
Yeah.
I believe that Miss Ying and Miss Sophie has already planned quite a bit of studio visits. Unfortunately, the studios cannot hold so many students, so that's why they are basically limiting it to like FYP students and to base. I think if I'm not mistaken, GPS 2. I don't know. I can't remember already. So semester 2, quite a long way to go. Sorry, teacher.
One more year. No worries.
But I can promise you this. We will bring studios here. But I know you want to go visit studios. I will try to discuss this with Miss Ying and whoever that's teaching Sem 2. Then maybe we'll take them, or maybe members of DICE kind of thing.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
A bit out of the context, but do you think something similar can go for the computing students? Would it possible?
Yes. So what happens is, I just had a meeting with Miss Sujata and Miss Siti together with Mr. Kiat in terms of student activities. They're going to have like studio visits. They are also going to have their normal tech fests happening this year, and they are also going to have, if I'm not mistaken, some alumni stuff that is going to happen. But yes, studio visits for computing will happen. That's for sure.
Yes, this is for everyone.
Yes,
Everyone.
everyone. There's no biasness. Okay, so I ensure that everyone gets to go to studio once in their lifetime.
Okay. Alright. Now that's a question. Alright.
They're very shy to ask me a lot of questions. Why? Okay, because I see here. Oh, we should do a hacking event. Okay, Michael, no problem. Hackathons, no problem. I'm okay with it. Shaking head means yes, we're going to wrap soon. No. Okay, cool. So they're very afraid to ask me very sensitive questions. Okay, because there's a bunch of questions here. Right? I'll be very transparent. I'm very super transparent. Okay, there are a bunch of questions here, but you know the front part they sort of just skip to and say, can you introduce yourself and so on, but they forgot to ask me about the back. Do you want to tell us your life story again with some newest updates? Okay, so I asked myself the question. Okay.
Trying to reveal it. The unboxing.
Are there any life story? Okay, so for my life story, for those who don't know, you can go back to the 2023 pod, okay, and you can listen to my life story then. You can also see your new head of school cry, which is cool. It's okay. Okay? Alex, story time. You heard this story a million times, Alex.
You still got it.
Yeah, okay. But newest updates. So I'm sure all of you know the newest updates already. The newest updates is I'm working on a film, and this and that lah, right? So in terms of SCCM, what are the newest updates? The newest updates is I'm happy that in terms of people wise and so on, I think everyone is neutral. Okay, I like the word neutral. Why? Because it basically means I don't have this huge urgency to leave. Neither do I have this huge urgency to stay. So I'm neutral. You know that kind of thing. And my life story basically is, you know, in 2023, it was a year whereby there was a lot of things happening. I didn't feel I was up for a lot of things because it was a new role for me as well. So yes, for all those listening at home and all those here, okay, this is the segment in the pod whereby just now it went up all the way. So this is the segment now whereby it sort of goes down. It drops down. The roller coaster going down. Okay. To like sad, somber, somber moments and so on. So yeah, I 2023 was a difficult year for me personally. Why? Because basically emotionally and physically I wasn't prepared. Because in 2022 the role of head of school was just left on my I wouldn't say doorstep, but it was left on my lap. So there was a lot of things to pick up, and most of you will, some of you will not be able to experience this, but some of you will, especially when you go out to work. You will feel as though you feel very comfortable at one stage of your career, and then after that there is this massive responsibility that comes into your life, right? It's like just drop a bomb, like might drop like just now almost might drop, yeah, but you need to save it, right? You need to save it, and it's how you pick yourself up from them. So for 2023 there was a lot of things, and I think I experienced something called what everyone calls I question my existence, right? Like what's my purpose in life? So you come to a stage, I'm not saying that you guys like 20, 21, 22 will experience that, but there will come a stage in your life whereby you think, actually, what am I doing here?
The feeling of loss.
Yes. Right? So you feel a bit rudderless, right? You basically have a existential crisis, basically, right? So I didn't know the purpose of my life during then. And what happens is I cocooned up for the months of May, June, July, 3 months. So I'm constantly asking myself why just keep questioning, but deep down I knew that I needed help, right? So I looked for a counselor. And for many people my age, at 50, 51, last year I was 51, many people my age, looking for a therapist, looking for a counselor is like a sign of weakness, especially for men, right? Men my age, right? You talk to any man my age, 40s, 50s, you tell them that, hey, I'm going to look for a counselor. You damn woos, you damn wussy, and whatsoever. Lah. So it's a sign of weakness for many people, especially Asians and Asian parents, right? So when I talk to my parents about this, I said, I'm incredibly unsure where I'm going in life or what my purpose is and whatsoever. And they gave a very, very typical Asian answer, right? Which is basically, whatever you do, just get over it. Toughen up and just carry on, right? That is so typical of every Asian parent, right? But for someone who basically is in need of help, when you listen to that kind of thing, it basically sort of reassures you or me that time that yes, there's something wrong with me. So basically then, you go to counseling and this and that. So if you know that there's, so this is something for everyone, okay? If you know that there's something wrong with you, what you should do is you should self-reflect. And if you know that you cannot help yourself, then basically ask someone else who is a professional to help you. All right? This phrase, right, get over it, toughen up, it'll be over soon, okay, don't worry. The phrases that all of you shouldn't use when someone is in need, right? Never ever. Just say, okay, I'm not a professional. I think you need professional help. Maybe a counselor, maybe a therapist, and whatsoever. Fast forward to today, I feel much better. I feel basically now that I understand what is the issue at hand. Okay. So the issue at hand basically was for many years in academia, I played the helping hand, right? So that means, oh, you're a student, let me help you, right? You are a new colleague, let me help you. So I was always helping. So when I needed help, but I didn't get the same help that I gave other people, that's when I felt this existential crisis. It's like, what am I here for? Right? So after talking to counselors and so on, then you feel, oh, okay, now I understand why. Right? Because now during that time, I always want to be a hero. So it's called a hero complex. I always want to be the hero this, the hero that, and so on. So now the counselor just said to me, change your worldview. Just change your worldview. Why? Because previously I look at myself as a hammer, and I look at every one of you as a nail. So I need to go and help you. So now change my worldview and become a nail. So that's what I do now. Right? Of course, I have my film to take my attention away from a lot of things. So that helped a lot for me. But yeah, so that is the newest update for everyone. who wants to pry into my life, who wants to stop me. Okay, so the outtake from this is, don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm freaking 52 years old. I still went to look for help because I know I couldn't solve it, right, by myself. So it's either you do as my parents do, which is toughen up and deal with it, okay, and suffer without knowing what is wrong with you, or you find out what exactly is wrong with you, and change yourself.
Either fix the problem or you be Asian enough to
Man up.
yeah.
Man up. Get over it.
Get over it. No, that's something that you all of you should do to the new generation, to yourself, to your peers, whatever. Okay. So it stops at my generation, please. Okay. I am taking initiative to never use those words to if any one of you come up to me and say, I will never tell you, hey, dude, toughen up. This will pass, okay? I never do that. I hope.
What about life lessons?
Life lessons.
Yes.
This generation, very rarely you hear them say toughen up anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of them, you hear them say it is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It
Yeah.
is what it is.
It is what it is.
Guys, don't do it.
Yeah. Don't
Please
please
don't do it.
please don't go back to the boomer phrases. Phrases, sorry. Yeah.
Well, again, it's part of the advices
It's part of the advice.
No,
for the personal stuff.
that's not it, man. I have a whole bunch of things written out here.
Okay.
That's why we were asked.
Biggest challenge you faced ever since, like,
The role change.
role change, maybe before or after.
Okay, so it is no different from the pod in 2023. In the pod for 2023, sorry, I keep mentioning the pod. It should be TOF 2023.
Yeah. I mean, it is a podcast, so.
So yeah,
entirely wrong lah.
so I just say pod, okay?
Yes.
So it doesn't change from 2023. It's still people. Now, human beings are incredibly difficult to figure out. Okay, and there's no gender bias here, whether it's men or women. There is human beings in general super difficult to figure out, right? And for me, human beings, the biggest obstacle for me is still people. Okay, why? Because people are motivated by different things. Okay, so I'll be totally blunt here. Some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by fame. Some people are motivated by seeing other people fall from their grace. And most of the things are out of your control. Right? So for me, in 2024, having maintained my team, my SCCM team, okay, without losing one or two. Okay, I've lost one staff, but that is considering, for me, is a win, right? For all students, you will realize that when you work in a team, the team will either make or break you, right? So that is the most essential part of everything. And for me, in 2024, I am still thankful that I have majority of my SCCM team with me. and that is good job, Julian.
Yes.
But the thing is, who you get on your team and how they perform is entirely on you as a leader, right? So my super biggest obstacle is, of course, is still people understanding what they want, understanding their true intentions. Okay, but the thing is, like I said, human beings are super. Everyone is different, and the more you are on this earth in life, the more you observe, the more you understand how people are going to think and so on. It's a very, very difficult action. Oh no, action is the wrong word. It's something very difficult to understand human beings. I'm sure all of you work in a group before, and you have the slackers,
Yep.
the people who don't do anything, right? But at the end of the day, right, you have to think about this. If you, I keep pointing here, but if you, those listening or anyone in this room, right? If you were in a team and you slacked off, right? Because you think that I don't need to do this, I'll just earn my marks and so on. There will come a time later in your life, or sooner than you think, that one day you will lead the team. And there will be one person who does the same thing you did back then. I mean, you can call this karma and whatsoever, but I'm telling you, in every team, there will be one of this person. Right? This person is just there to annoy you. Okay? Unfortunately, every team has one.
Well, you can do this, brace yourself.
Yeah. So I'm sure in the comments, right? I know the comments are not blowing up right now, but the comments, someone is going to ask, especially from SCCM team, they're going to ask, who is that someone that annoys me? I'm sorry, I'm not going to rat anybody out, okay? Yeah, so everyone in SCCM is important to me, including the students. That is the PC thing to say lah.
Okay, this is another update we were asked for most likely. So, since the last part was at 23, like about a year already, right? We would like some update of like in memorial moments that particular stood out for you.
Okay, so memorable moments of 2023. So in 2023, I don't know whether you guys were in already or not. In June, or was it July? Can't remember. We had the Asia Red Games Jam. Right? So the Asia Red Games Jam was the first jam that we did in 2023 without my full team. So during that time, I thought, die lah. I need to do this. And that was the first time as well that I didn't have Miss Mandy with me, because she left for greener pastures. So before then, she was the one who always handled events and so on. So I had to do it lah. So I thought that, oh, die already this time, die already. But what happened was, the Asia Red Games Jam showed me that I wasn't alone. Okay, there was a team behind me, with Mr. Kenya and Miss Ying, Miss Sophie, Mr. Jason Tan, Mr. Faris. You know, they helped me, and it sort of showed me that, hey, I am not alone in this. Because if I was alone, gonna, I mean, there's only so much things I can do, right? I told you in the beginning that my brain is 25, but my body is 52. You know, so yeah, right. So it's a very difficult thing to do alone, and so on. But yeah, it was the incredibly beautiful sight to see that, and it was a beautiful feeling to feel that I was not alone. And the team was with me all the way until we finished. And of course, another memorable moment was this one I was alone. When I was when Astro was filming here for a TV series that is streamed under Suka and Astro Gempak, which is Kau vs Aku season 2. That was good in a way that it was a precursor to what I was going to experience to get my body ready for my full feature. Right, so crazy call times. We will start shooting at 10, finish at and maybe about 2 or 3. But the thing is, I still needed to work, so I had to come to work at 11. I had to come to work about 9. Open the doors for them, and then after that, finish off at about 2 or 3. And then lock up, and then go back, and then resume the next day in work and so on. So that was incredibly memorable. The Jingle Mingle was also cool. Again, it was the first Jingle Mingle without Miss Mandy handling everything. So then what happened is, of course, we didn't know, and then we over-ordered food and so on, that kind of thing, right? So we learned along the way, and then eventually we will be fine. Yeah. So many memorable moments for me last year. But yeah, those are the 3 that stood out.
Okay. So, okay, what advice you would give to students? You know,
Since you gave the personal ones, now maybe a bit more professional
the
ones.
professional,
Basically,
their
their
professional
careers.
lives.
Yeah, work life.
So what I thought here, I will tell. Okay, right. So I know I mentioned about personally. So this is another personal one. Realize in very early in your lives, okay, everyone that is here, everyone that is listening, that you can't please everyone. It's super impossible to please everyone, because when you do, there's only going to be one person that is unhappy, and that is you. Because you're so busy pleasing everybody, but you neglect yourself. And that is one of the shittiest feeling ever. Okay, it took me 20 years to realize that, but it's okay, it's cool. Right?
I understand.
Professionally, this is what you guys should do. You should think of your path in front of you. Now, the path in front of you can be a lot of things, right? Everyone's path, everyone's objective is totally different. TJ's objective, I want to spend money on it. Right?
Yes.
But your objective might be very different. So let's just say when TJ, I'm just giving an example, So when TJ is really good, okay, she doesn't spend a lot of money, okay, but actually she does. But anyway, so I okay, so I don't take TJ lah, but I take me lah, okay. So when I go out after my college and my university, the path in front of me is there's usually a lot of paths. Do I look for a job? Do I become an indie game developer? Do I work for other people? Do I go and study some more? Right? So what is the path? What is it that you want to do in your life? So if in your life you say, my objective is I want to create my own game, right? So that path is in front of you already. I want to create my own game. But it doesn't mean that, oh, let's band up together as an indie and make the game. Where are you going to get the money? Where are you going to get this and where are you going to get that? Okay, there's so many things that you guys never think about. Or rather, there's so many things that I never think about. So what is the path in front of me? So if my end goal is I want to make my own game, but in order to reach there, I need to work first to get my capital, money and so on. So I work first. Okay. So now let's switch it the other way around. Okay. For computing students or whichever students, it doesn't really matter, right? And I always tell this to any new student that's coming in. In a class of 20, not everybody is going to be top 1%, right? So if you come from a Chinese school, Asian parents will want you to become top 1%. They demand it. Why? Because of face, right? They demand it. But the thing is, I'm telling you, in class, the class is 20 or 40 or 60 sometimes. How are you going to cram yourself to be top 1%? Does that top 1% do anything for you when you graduate? Does it get you a job? Or does your portfolio give you your job? Obviously, it's portfolio lah. For computing, it's obviously your network and so on. So what is your path ahead? That is your objective. Your objective and your goal is two different things. Your goal is I want to make a game. I want to make my own game. I want to make my own film. That's my goal. It took me, 20, 25 years to realize that goal. Right? Because I realized my path is not that simple. Right? I need to learn how to write scripts. I need to learn how to do this. I need to know the right people and so on. That path can take you 10 years, 20 years, 25 years.
Yeah.
But you reach your goal. So what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, for everyone, is your path and your goal must be the same. Your goal and your path, well, you guys have to decide lah. You've got living example here, 52 years old, just do film and so on. Okay, and yeah. Just think a little bit more than what you can, how should I say this? Without
Look at the bigger picture rather than focus on.
Yeah, so a lot of you guys, right? You're very stubborn, very tunnel vision,
Yeah.
right? I only want to work for AAA studio. I only want to work for AAA or nothing, AAA or nothing.
Aim too high.
Yeah. So when you aim too high, your expectation is when you don't get it, then what happens?
Disappointment.
Disappointment, you crash and burn.
get lost already.
Then after that, you cry and you feel as though you are worthless. You are not as good as people as you think you are, and so on.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is lower your expectation. Stubborn. Looking at TJ.
Going so high, just relax a bit, give yourself some wiggle room. Steady. Ay. No,
For you.
no. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so now this seems many advice already, and most of them, I think almost all of them are from your experience, right? So basically, you experience it, that's why you can go get all those advice for the students, right?
Personal experience.
You see, the thing is, right? Experience is another way of saying you old lah, decision. You old. You old lah. Yeah. So anyway, based on my experience,
Yes.
right? If there's one thing I can say to everyone out there and to all of you is to never give up on your passion. You're in this course because you followed your passion, whether it's computing, whether it's games, whether it's film, or anything, okay, or business and whatsoever, culinary. You follow your passion. Don't lose that passion, because once you lose it, you will end up the way I did, which is to basically realize that, hey, what is going on in my life? Why am I here? You question your existence.
Yeah.
So it all ties back to the same thing that I said just now. Don't try to please everybody, because at the end of the day, you'll find out you are the only everyone is happy except you, right? So if I at 52 years old can still go overnight, shoot a full feature film, then listen now, okay, everybody can do it, regardless of your passion. Know that it's not too late, okay? Even at 60 years old, you can do whatever you need to do, okay? Don't give up on that, because at the moment you give up is the moment you say, okay lah, life, you win. Okay, I give you 2 likes, you win. Okay, I clap hands for you. You know, that kind of thing. Don't reach that point in life. Why? Because if you do, at 20, 25 years old, you still have another 50 plus years to go. Do you really want to live like that, with that kind of personality, with that kind of attitude, with that kind of behavior? I don't think so. You know, you shouldn't live your life as a very bitter person. I know on my IG handle and so on, it says I'm a very bitter being, which I am. But I have my reasons for it. But you all can see me, I'm not bitter. But neither am I sweet.
Kind of want to ask some side questions now.
What's that?
Now this, how to say, is Miss Julian, is your life like corporate zombie type, or you manage to make it flexible that you have some time for yourself to do maybe what you like?
A little bit of both. My boss and me, Prof. Dr. Hon and me, we are usually almost the last to leave the campus. But that is because I'm I'm usually busy catching up on emails and so on. Because during the day, I'm still doing emails, but I feel as though I'm doing quite a number of things. But that is expected of me lah. In my leisure, Saturdays and Sundays, I used to be also still working, but late 2023, or rather in 2023, I've already stopped that. It's like, screw it lah, I don't want to come back. Yeah, I used to come back on Saturdays and Sundays to work. Why? Because I like it when it's quiet. Then I can do stuff. So it becomes easier for me. But I've stopped that. So now Saturdays and Sundays, I just spend time on my own. Just Netflix and chill. The proper Netflix and chill. Not the Urban Dictionary Netflix and chill. Okay? The proper Netflix and chill. I am a huge I'm a huge fan of going to watch local movies, not Chichak Man, but local movies. Okay, stuff like Rain Town, Abang Adik, and stuff like that. You know, I go watch that because I always believe that you should enjoy, you should appreciate local directors, you know, as much as you appreciate, you know, your Marvel Cinematic Universe and whatsoever. But so yeah, I used to be corporate zombie, but these days, I tend not to. But the problem is these days I hustle a lot. So I do my side projects, you know, doing things like film, writing stories and so on. Doing podcasts. No, I don't do podcasts. I tried to. I have a Spotify account whereby I was doing stories, classroom stories. So as most of you guys are doing stories about your lecturers, I'm doing stories about students. Right? From a teacher's perspective, right? And you'll be amazed the kind of stories that I've amassed, right? Some good, some not so good, some cannot be mentioned on the pod.
Yes.
Yeah, it's yeah. But I didn't publish the pod, so it's just left in my Spotify account. So I like, okay, I'll just leave it there. One day when I'm daring enough, then I'll just press publish.
When everybody's story come out.
Yeah. That's the scary part. See, so when everyone's story comes out, right? Hey, I think I know. That's me.
That sounds a bit too familiar.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. You know? And then TJ will be going like, you know, if the story is about this girl who spends, I think that's me. So then, so after this pod, right, TJ is going to be known as the person who just keeps spending money. No lah, but she doesn't. Okay, to everyone's see, so I'm going to do promotion for Dice and you. Okay, so for everyone that's listening out there, okay, TJ is the president of Dice 2024. She has some really good plans for 2024 activities, stuff like the Gauntlet, stuff to do with the pod, stuff to do with the old Dice t-shirts and stuff like that. Okay, so right, so there's a lot of things coming out for Dice. And that's all thanks to TJ and her team of people of students, colleagues, and classmates. But there is one thing but there is always one thing, right? So there's one thing I always want the SCCM student body to do, which is please don't leave TJ and whoever it is hanging when it comes to the what's the thing that we're going to have? The student no, the one where I was going to brief everybody. Yeah, so the town hall, okay, last year was pathetic. Okay, it was only previous years 2022 DICE members and 2023 DICE members, when it's supposed to be the entire SCCM student body. Okay, so please don't leave TJ hanging this time. Okay, she's a sweet girl and she's trying to do her best, even though she's trying to spend a lot of my money.
Despite that, it's still good. Yes. Please, guys, come out of your hole and then join the events. Don't worry, we won't bite. We definitely don't bite. I mean, there will be a.
There's a break.
Huh?
Is there a break?
There was.
Is there a break?
Or there's a Q&A.
There's a Q&A
There was supposed to be Q&A.
for.
There's a Q&A. I don't know. Maybe we should do hacking event. Yes, hackathon. I will ask the people from I'll ask Miss Sujata, Miss Siti, Mr. Kiat about the hackathon event. Alumni can come to event. I'm going to be alumni soon. Yes, Michael, of course you can come. Alumni are always welcome.
Always can come back.
That one, Commander Skyrex. Damn. Wow, Prof. Julian. No lah, I never used the word prof one. You see my hair still black color, okay? No white. Professor is mainly for white hats already. Do they want to date Malaysian students too?
The Singapore student is gonna come over 7 March.
Oh.
You know the thing is, right, I always 10 years ago when I first joined SCCM, I always think that games, right, I'm just going to have a lot of males inside. But then after that, slowly, right, there's a huge female presence in SCCM, especially in games. So, you know, those represent. Working for a company is teaching. Okay, this one I answered just now. You cannot date AI. Correction, dating AI is expensive. Yes, Michael, you know.
Correction. Dating is expensive.
They are not your choice, but
That's true. Dating is expensive. Okay. Especially if your girlfriend is I'm sorry, TJ's boyfriend. That's about it, right? Any questions, Alex? Alex from previous
Senior Alex.
Senior Alex. What do you want to know? What do you want me to answer?
what are the updates you want to look for?
What updates you want me to tell you? Go when my film launches, Alex, please come and watch. It's called Time to Live.
it's not your time to leave yet.
But it's not time for you to leave. Why you not answering me? You left already, right?
I think
Yeah,
I
luck.
already.
Next time see him, there's something to say.
Yeah, man.
You stay for most of the talk.
So
Most of the podcast
when-
by the end now.
When your film is released, is it released to the big screen?
Okay, so the yes. So the thing is, the plan is to release overseas first.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Alex is there. I'm sorry, Alex. Senior Alex. It launches before the end of the year, hopefully in October. But we are sending it to Cannes first, Cannes Film Festival. So let it do its international circuit, and then after that we'll be done. Not yet, but very sleepy. Why sleepy? It's 4:46 a.m. Alex, where are you?
Huh?
146. Are you from US?
Are you in the States?
Are you in the States? It's a complete 12-hour.
Yeah.
I think he is in the States.
Why is he in the States?
He
Internship.
No, he memang is in yeah, see that he's in the US. I think his mom or dad. Mom, is your mom there, Alex? Your mom is there, right? Yeah, see? Yeah, I remember he told me once before. Okay, Alex, go and sleep. Okay, thank you very much, Alex, for joining.
Thank you for support.
Please go and sleep, Alex. Stop playing games.
You're supposed to create them, not play them.
Yes, you're supposed to create them, not play. Okay? Go and sleep, Alex.
12-hour difference. New York.
Maybe.
Alex, are you in New York?
Maybe.
California?
Just waiting for the replies.
There's a delay.
Hawaii? I'm watching you. Stop stalking me, Alex.
There's a delay. That's alright. Slowly wait.
It'll be fun because, you know.
Yeah,
they
so
won't-
anyone
they-
else
they-
with questions for me, they want to know, or they want to know about TJ, they want to know about anyone in this room.
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Okay.
Okay, cool, Alex. Go to bed. Go to bed.
Time to on.
Yes.
Anyone there's like 40 plus viewing, but everyone is 47, but everyone's
Everyone.
not talking to me.
Shy ma.
Shy.
I mean, you shouldn't be shy because every year also got one.
Every year also got.
Yeah, so next year, first pot again will be me. Next year not going to be. Are you president next year? Yeah, there will be a new president.
Oh no, TJ won't be here anymore.
By election.
By election.
So there's a chance.
No.
So there's a chance TJ. No, you final year.
Final year already. More already.
Never mind.
Yeah, people final year already can go studio visit already.
Waited for like 2 years.
Yeah,
For
we
the studio.
Before I forget, Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. 恭喜发财. Tomorrow is the last day of Chinese New Year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, tomorrow it is the last day. So
Next
I hope you guys first year cannot.
So it seems only Alex is chatting with me. Anyone else got anything to ask me? how much money is there to spend,
What is the budget?
what is the budget, you know, stuff like that.
Event got food or not?
What food value on the event?
So here's the thing, right? Okay, so here's the thing I want to ask everyone. It's in this room or maybe those are listening and so on, right? In terms of food, right? I know if I ask this question, most of you will say all of you prefer the pizza and you want to have a pizza party and so on. Okay, but is there a preference to the kind of food that is being served like on Jingle Mingle and or any other events and that kind of thing? Or most of you like just want burgers and you know from a. So let's start with the room first. Since I have to wait for them to. Just tell me anything you want, and I'll tell you yes or no.
Hard to say.
So event, so
Okay,
yes, we're public.
event, right? Is it like big events or like just events in general?
I guess events in general.
Because I'm thinking, because like let's say for Jingle Mingle, since it's a full day event, is like catering possible?
It memang is already catering.
Like the catering, the one with the individual.
The actual, like basically.
Yeah, but it's memang already catering.
Oh, maybe like that already.
Yeah, at night is.
I don't know. We did eat dinner last Jingle Mingle.
You see, that's why lah.
Tired lah.
No lah, because I think the food last time was a bit meh. But yeah lah. No more pizza.
I guess someone's
No more
tired of
pizza.
pizza already.
Yeah, Alex, that time was crazy. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys have to tell us what you all want. The food for GM was good. Alex, I think some of them were saying like it's just curry and rice, right?
It was okay.
Um,
Rice. Okay, one.
sorry? No fried food?
Becomes soggy.
Fried food. Yeah, fried food get dry easier.
But I thought you guys love fried food. Damn. Okay,
But
anyway.
if left there, fresh fried food. Because if leave there too long, becomes soggy. Very
You know
hard to eat.
KFC, advertisement, yeah.
Wow, you all very demanding.
Yeah, I'm just saying what people say. Yeah.
You want fresh food. Wow. I'll try.
What else can we get? See, that's the point. What else can we?
I mean, what else can we get? Well, Alex, this one you have to blame Ying Fu because he had money. But apparently the money is saved for TJ.
So,
Yeah.
bring chef there. So it's suggesting, the culinary
No, we
student.
go downstairs to LG, we hire one of them, and bring them up.
Bring the stove, and everything. Maybe to collab with the culinary arts.
School collaboration,
Very demanding. Yeah, well, I'll try, or we'll try our best to improve the food, that kind of stuff lah. So last question from me to everyone else. Okay. How do I? This is a very marketing question. How do I bring in more students like you all?
Good question.
How to attract Gen Z to study?
How to bring in more students like you? Why are you Why were you attracted to UOW in the first place? For the games course, was it because it's a games course?
There might be an answer.
That one for you all to answer. I came here for culinary, bro. I just stopped pausing.
So he's the one that can cook for us. Damn! I found the chef, Alex.
My cooking not bad. I was saying, can ask this one, can ask that one. They both eat before.
Okay. Never die yet, right?
Next thing, you're not sick, right?
I mean, you see me here. I mean, I cannot complain because I helped cook. So if I complain, it means it's partially my fault. But it's good. It's good. Can.
Yeah. So anyway, get the word out there. You know,
Advertise UW.
we need more students like you guys. The ones that are proactive, the ones that will do things for Mr. Julian, the ones that will hopefully cook me a steak,
Okay.
right? Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes.
There is 4 minutes more. 17:54. 56, sorry. There's 4 minutes more.
Yes.
Okay, till we end and we stop streaming. You have 4 minutes to ask me any question that you want. Either that or you're going to look at me, I'm going to look at you
For 4 minutes.
for 4 minutes.
3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Only down, you know? Should put a timer there.
What else?
Yeah, I think was interesting.
You want to go to Sony? Why? Oh, Sony PlayStation, you mean? Okay. Only dice lah. Cannot. Sony PlayStation Studios cannot handle too many people.
So only dice. Only dice, only dice.
I will try. Again, I will try. I will try.
You see this chance to bring people in, more people in the dice, you know.
I will try.
If you join
Actually,
us.
why aren't people joining dice? 3 minutes to answer. Why aren't people joining
Not really
dice?
joining dice because I know SCCM students are forced to be in dice in a way.
Wait,
Just don't
dice
people
or
join
dice committee?
Dice committee.
Dice
Yeah,
committee.
You can fix and upgrade PCs.
Okay, Alex. So, the PCs are in Area 51 are slated to be upgraded. There was a quote from last year, but apparently that quote or the machine specs couldn't match something that I wanted, because I wanted something that will be able to handle Unreal 5. So right now we have to see what it is, but it won't be MSI. It will be maybe Lenovo or something like that. Okay, that kind of thing lah. But it won't be MSI. If goes Sony, wait for me to be back next sem.
No promises.
I'll try my best. Okay, last minute, 7:59. 7:59. I don't think there's anyone left to ask me questions.
Yeah, the finishing.
Yeah, so thank you everybody. Okay, I will let my the interviewers wrap up, but on my behalf, thank you everyone for spending 2 hours to listen to this old man talk.
Oh, no, still very young.
Yeah. It's fun, it's fun.
Still strong. See, just make movie. Still young.
Yes.
My brain only young, but my
The passion in your heart is there.
yeah. But yes. So thank you everyone. Whether you're staff, whether you are ex-staff, whether you are students and whatsoever. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to me babble on about stuff, and hopefully one day we can power on through, meet up, and just do things together. Not those kind of things that you're thinking about, but do things as in projects together. Movie release, come back on the pod. Yeah, for sure I will, and I'll bring people with me, so it's not only me.
Don't worry, the pot will go to him.
Okay, so again, shout out to the interns that followed me to the movie. It's Mila, Ruing, Daniel, Nick, okay, from UW. Thank you very much.
All right, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Julian for our podcast today. Thank you for joining us, and for you guys for listening. If you want the latest news, do follow our IG page. Not shameful plugging. At UOWM_dice. And SCCM students are more than welcome to join us as student helpers for any events that we are hosting this year. The link to join will be also in our bio in on IG as well. Yes. Keep in mind, we do subscribe, leave a like, and also remember we have a Spotify now. So go give it a listen.
No,
also.
this time is an actual podcast.
Yes, it's an actual podcast now. Yes.
Full-fledged.
So tune in next time for more. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.